Hello and welcome to English Listening Practice. In today's video, let's explore Grand Central Terminal. Grand Central Terminal is a landmark of New York City. What's the difference between a train terminal and a train station? A terminal is where a train begins or ends its route, while a station can be any stop on the route. Grand Central Terminal is the largest train station in the world by number of platforms and tracks. However, by floor area, Nagoya Station in Japan is the largest. It has a total floor area of about 4.4 million square feet. That's about 400,000 square meters. At this part of the video, I was walking up Park Avenue to head to Grand Central Terminal. Park Avenue is nice to walk on because it's wider than many other sidewalks of New York. Here's a sculpture of a gold bear. At this point, I was able to see the train station straight ahead. It's the building with the greenish roof. Here is a small area in front of Grand Central Terminal called Pershing Square. There was a list of rules posted on a sidewalk sign. I can see why there was a no skateboarding rule on the list. The ground was smooth and seemed like a good surface to skateboard or rollerblade on. There were many taxis lined up in front of the train station. I walked in through these doors. The blue ceiling shows a mirrored image of the constellations of the Western Zodiac. Do you see the little brown speck along the right side of the white arc? Here's a photo I took with my phone. Several decades ago, the ceiling used to be heavily stained by tobacco smoke. In 1998, the ceiling was cleaned and restored. However, a patch was left untouched to show the difference before and after the restoration. Speaking of cleanliness, let's talk about the idiom as clean as a whistle. As clean as a whistle means very clean physically or morally. In the 1700s, the phrase used to be clear as a whistle, referring to the pure, sharp sound that a whistle makes. Later, in the 1800s, the expression shifted to clean as a whistle. As an example, if I were asked to describe the criminal record of a newborn baby, I might say that it's as clean as a whistle. That's because a newborn baby is most likely to be innocent of any crime and morally clean. On the other hand, if I were asked about the condition of the New York City streets, I would definitely not describe them as being as clean as a whistle. Anyway, let's move on to the rest of the terminal. Here, I checked out the ticket booths. It was pretty empty. It's likely that many people purchase their train tickets with their phone. As I walked toward the train platforms, I noticed a significant increase in temperature. I decided to walk down a random platform to see where the train was headed to. As this video was filmed around 7 p.m. on a weekday, there was a good number of people still commuting back home. The ceiling here feels low compared to the high blue ceiling that we just saw. These doors led to the subway entrance. The subway takes people to places within New York City, whereas the trains we saw earlier take people farther away from the city. I followed the sign to the cafeteria, where there were many fast food restaurants. I walked a loop around the area. Here I spotted an identical sign on the opposite side. Most, if not all, stores were closed in Lexington Passage. Luckily, Grand Central Market was still open. This market has many vendors selling different types of food. There was juice, produce, cheese, spices, baked goods, meat, and sushi. Near the exit of the market, there was a vendor selling New York-themed cookies. I exited to Lexington Avenue. Here's a direct entrance to the Grand Central subway station. Well, that was all for today. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time. Bye.